Hey, this is Jill Ciminillo with Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and today I'm here with Tim Esterdahl, and we are in one of his favorite vehicles ever, and it's an electric vehicle.
I'm not anti-electric. I'm just, I don't know.
You're EV curious, as you like to call it.
EV curious.
We are in the Kia EV6. And so this is Kia's all-electric vehicle, all new, built on the same platform as the Hyundai IONIQ and the Genesis GV60. And as luck would have it, at the Mama Rally that we are currently attending, we have access to all three vehicles. So we thought it would be a really neat idea to look at all three vehicles and do a quick walk around and kind of share some impressions on what we like and don't like about each vehicle. So this is the EV6. This is the first one of the bunch, and I mean, it's been a while since I've driven the Hyundai IONIQ, but I want to say it kind of drives like the Hyundai IONIQ. So this has one of the things they've done in both, and I'm assuming that they've done it in all three vehicles, is that they've given you the ability to I think I needed to turn back there. They give you the ability to change the level of regenerative braking that you want. So you can do a little, you can do a lot, you can do none, and I've got it on a lot. I've got it on iPedal right now. And that means that basically as I take my foot off of the
Accelerator,
gas pedal.
I think we're going to accelerator pedal. I think that's the word we're using for it.
As soon as I take my foot off of the accelerator, then the vehicle slows down. So I did not hit the brake there, and the vehicle slowed down. So, you know, I believe all three vehicles will have that iPedal feature, and it just allows the driver to be a little bit more in control and to select what they would like to do and the level of regenerative braking they want and how hard they want it to work. So I like it. It works pretty well. I did notice when I was going downhill, it didn't stop all the way. I did have to use the brake, but for the most part, I'm not using the brake. So I like that. But generally a comfortable vehicle. I like the graphics. I like the interior styling. I like this one single screen that they've got going across from the driver's display all the way through the infotainment screen. And, you know, the graphics look really good. Although I'm going to say on the dash, there's a little bit of a cheeseball graphic that I'm not sure I'm a fan of. So we'll show you that in some B-roll.
Get the camera out.
Yeah.
Jill's dislike here, and this is interesting. It's I don't know. It's like texture, not really texture, just design. A little bit interesting design. There's that sweeping dash. So this is 57,410 as it's spec'd out. 2022 all-wheel drive auto. It's got the ultra fast DC charging, so it does like 10 to 80%, like in 18 minutes.
In 18 minutes, yep. And I've been witness to that in the IONIQ5. It really does work.
And we have 274 miles of all-electric range. It says in the sheet. I have the 239 kilowatt electric motor, 320 horsepower, 446 foot-pounds of God bless America torque. We have the all-wheel drive system, heat pump, heated steering wheel, and heated outboard rear seats. 22-inch alloy wheels. So this is the GT line. Those benefits there. This is all-wheel drive, 274 miles of range, 57,410. And because it's Kia, you still get the federal tax credit.
Yep, Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis, all three of those vehicles, you will still get the federal tax credit. And I will say the one thing that I've noticed on this vehicle that is different from the IONIQ is I don't think the center console here moves.
Yeah, you know what? Let's get really interesting point. So let me get that on camera real fast. You'll see it on the screen. This is an interesting center console, and I think the biggest thing was the purse holder room, or like in my case, when I had the kids at home, I would have the diaper bag, and that's lots of room for that, plus USBs down there. So that's one of the nice things with EVs is that since you don't have a transmission, it's you could free up this room down here and have a lot more storage in the front of your vehicle.
Yep, but not a movable console.
Not movable. Okay.
But, yeah, so I would say that's one of the things that I don't like about this vehicle versus the EV6, because I like that you can adjust this space here.
Wait, I thought we were in the EV6.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I like. about the IONIQ versus the EV6. I'm trying to navigate where we're going because somebody isn't looking at the directions, and I'm just trying to do this off from memory.
Wait, how is it my fault? I was being a camera guy here.
Yeah, whatever. So I'm trying to do this all from memory, and I feel like I've already taken a wrong turn, but that's fine. We get more time in the vehicle. And I accidentally turned on the cool seats. I'm like, why in the heck is my butt getting cold? Okay, so that's another do not like, because I just brushed my hand against this center console area, and hey, look, Big Ben Parliament just looped back around. So I totally, did take a wrong turn, but that's fine. More video. But yeah, no, I just brushed my hand against the center console area when I was talking about the center console, and yeah, turned on the cooled seats. Don't like that. This is why you should have buttons in cars, people.
All right, we're gonna move along to the next car before we get lost and it turns dark.
No, before Jill goes into full-on rant. All right, we are now in vehicle number 2.
Dos.
This is the Genesis GV60, and this is Genesis's first all-electric vehicle, and again, built on the same platform as the IONIQ and the previously driven EV6. And there are certainly some differences here because there are, ooh, that's interesting. You just opened the glove box and it slid open rather than opened like this. I'm like, that's cool. Because I was just about ready to say there are definitely some differences between this vehicle and the EV6. And that's one of them.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen that either. It's a drawer.
It's a drawer. That's a badass idea, and it's got tons of room and space. Sorry, I'm geeking out about the damn glove box, but yes, it's pretty damn impressive.
So that's really cool, but you know, there's also going to be some nicer materials on here, and it has drive modes, and it has what they are calling the boost button. We'll see if I can surprise Tim with that in a little bit. But so there's some a digital cluster that goes from behind the wheel all the way over to the infotainment screen. That is not different, but the exterior design is different, the interior design is different. So I think both the EV6 and the IONIQ are a little bit more kitschy cool, whereas this is more on the elegant side of things. And we're gonna have to show some B-roll of the gear selector, because that is probably singularly the most cool thing I have ever seen. And it's like when you turn the vehicle off, it's like, it looks like a orb, a crystal ball. They call it the crystal sphere, and basically that means that the vehicle is not safe to drive or ready to drive. But as soon as you turn the vehicle on and it is safe to drive, then the orb turns over and into a gear selector. So that is really cool. Another thing that I like on this over the EV6 is the fact that the buttons are actually buttons. Buttons, actual buttons. So I'm not going to accidentally brush my hand over the center console and turn on my cooled seat. Yeah. Like I did in the EV6. So you actually have physical buttons. I'm going to turn on my heated seat right now because it is just a little bit damp and chilly. And I like the actual buttons. You also have a tuning knob and a volume knob, or I guess not even a knob, but it's more of a dial thing here. So you have both of those. Huge thumbs up. And this is going to be different. Both the Kia and the IONIQ have a similar interface, but Genesis also has a different interface here that I think looks really good. So I really like the Genesis GV, or the Genesis GV. Now I'm going to get them all confused. I really like the Genesis GV60.
60. I got
not
6 fingers.
EV6, GV60. I don't know. But no, I really like this. I like the digital cluster. I think that looks really good, and it changes. So I'm in sport mode right now, and if I go through the different drive modes, the cluster will change. So you've got green needles now because it's in eco mode. You've got normal mode, or comfort, then you've got sport, which turns it red, and I think that looks really cool as well. And look, okay, that is really cool because it's basically like sizzling or something. The little needle is like,
it looks like
sizzling.
It looks like the Darth Lord in like Star Wars. It's like a lightsaber.
Oh, the lightsaber? Yeah.
I have kids. I watched a lot of Star Wars. I watched Star Wars back in the day, but yeah. It does.
Well, and you have the blind view monitor, which all 3 of the vehicles are going to have. So I don't know. I think that there's a lot of unique and clever features here that I really like.
And it's got the one as well. We have a, I didn't get it on camera, but the guy from Genesis has it set up with his face.
Oh yeah.
So he walks up the vehicle, grabs the handle.
That was the boost button, by the way.
That was the boost button. Holy shnikes.
Wow. I think he said it unleashes all of the 480 something horsepower all at once.
That was quick. Like,
that was fun.
It's like a video game. It's like yeah. Anyways.
So the feature
yeah,
that
so
you
it
really
takes his
like.
face, and it's got an infrared camera. Even with a beard on, with glasses, with a hoodie, whatever, it picks out characteristics of his face. You grab the handle, it unlocks the vehicle with you, the body. You are the key.
You are the key.
Your face is the key.
So you don't have a key fob, you don't have a phone.
You're out running, you're out fishing, whatever. You left it in whatever, your bag, whatever. You walk up, you look at the vehicle, it recognizes your face, you hop in, and you can press the start button.
And there's like a fingerprint button. So it takes a picture of your face to get in, and then it you press the button and the fingerprint button, and yeah. So it's kind of like your phone, your cell phone, with the face recognition.
And even for those privacy people that are having concerns, he said he printed out a photo of himself from his media website and put it up next to the screen, next to the vehicle. It wouldn't unlock.
Yep.
It had to be a physical person in there. So unless you're doing some Mission Impossible thing where you're cutting the dude's finger off and you're making the face, unless you're doing that,
face off and putting it over your
exactly, you're not going to steal this car.
That's creepy. Yeah.
I mean, it's still secure, so I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah. No. So I really like this, and I think we need to stop talking because next up, finally, we have the Hyundai IONIQ, and I'm going to put him behind the wheel because he hasn't driven it yet.
Yeah, I agree. I probably should drive these vehicles.
Maybe.
A little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so now I'm behind the wheel of the Hyundai, like Sunday, IONIQ 5. This is their EV version of the Kia EV6, Genesis GV70. It's all the same platform.
GV60.
60.
I know we have messed these up throughout the whole thing. Just what you need to know.
How can you not? I mean, the numbers are so bizarre.
EV6 is Kia.
Right. IONIQ 5 is Hyundai. And GV60 is Genesis. Not to be confused with GV70. Is it an 80 or 40? I don't know what the hell they got
70
on.
and 80.
This
so
is crazy.
60 is all electric, but yeah. So lots of alphabet soup going on, but this is the IONIQ 5.
Right, and this is an interesting vehicle. So I actually was just talking to one of the guys with Genesis who was looking at this. I would say a little bit younger guy than me, and he said he loved the look because it was retro-futuristic.
Retro-futuristic.
And I was like, well, tell me you're from LA without telling me you're from LA.
He's actually Canadian, I think.
I don't know. I was like, what the hell does that mean? And I will tell you this, I heard somebody else say that love the look of this car, and they, I had some friends, some colleagues drive this. I had to Google what it was because I didn't pay much attention to it, but I'm gonna go on a limb here and say, I think this is ugly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a limb. Don't hang yourself from it.
Yeah, this is not appealing to me as far as exterior design.
Okay.
And I guess this is the cool part, right? So we've been in the Kia, we've been in the Genesis, now we're in the Hyundai. I don't care for this interior as well as I do the Genesis.
Okay.
Like the layout here, and Jill's got the B-roll camera, she's gonna put it on there, but the whole layout here, it just looks kind of sterile to me, if I were to use a LA term. Or retro-futuristic, whatever he's saying. I don't know that I love this, and Jill pointed out, if you gotta click the warmer button. Yeah, you have to,
so you click the warmer button, and then that gives you your heated seats and your cooled seats. That's not warmer.
Right, so, I'm confused by that. And I don't love this, right? So in the Genesis, it came up a little bit more, and you had more of an armrest, traditional armrest. This goes down, which creates a little bit of spot down here for more bags and such, but I'm sure this is going to be a bin of, it's like the junk drawer at your house.
Well, but so the other thing that I like about this is, I'm like, where is it? This actually moves back.
Okay, so maybe that's going to help me.
So you get
maybe
floor space there and, this open bin space there.
Yeah, I mean, so typical driving, EV driving, right? So power on demand is plenty quick. I don't have the boost button like we saw in the Genesis, which is, I kind of like that boost button. That was kind of fun. You know, I'm sure 0-60 isn't as fast, whatever. I keep using regenerative braking, but I gotta tell you, I don't love it. I don't love any vehicle with it. It bothers my driving style.
Well, you're just not used to it yet.
Exactly. That's
and the Genesis, Hyundai, Kia, they call it iPedal, and so I don't know if I'm trying to. If you can see back there, I'm trying to where it says iPedal. I'm trying not to get in the way while I'm doing that, but it's iPedal. It is the regenerative one pedal braking.
Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, so again, it's a solid vehicle. If you love the style, you'll love this. But I think it's a little bit polarizing for some people. But I think if you love it, you'll love the styling. The cabin's quiet, like you'd want from an EV, right? NVH is pretty high in this stuff because you have to, because you have no engine noise to block out all of the extra, you know, creaks and rattles. Comfortable seats. It doesn't look so bizarre like the VW where it had the little ID4, the little thing that looks like a normal car I could drive. It doesn't look weird. Handles well. I'm sure it probably turns. I'm not going to turn so sharp in the rain, but it turns well. Plenty of power. It's got all those things that you would like from a good vehicle. I just, after being with you and riding with all these vehicles, I have a serious thought about looking at the GV60 for my wife.
Interesting.
I think that vehicle, to me, it has that luxury kind of feel to it, and it has that performance to it as well that you want. Like if I'm going to buy an EV, right? If I'm going to buy an EV, I don't want to sacrifice. I want to get the benefits of it. I want to get the fast speed. I want to burn the tires up. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the fun with an EV, right? It's power and demand. So why would I not do that?
Right. Well, and so that's one of the benefits of this, you know, doing.
That's just weird.
One of the benefits of being at an event like this, because you can drive all three vehicles back to back to back, and while they're all still built on the same platform, what is it? The eGMP, I think is what they called it, platform.
Oh, thank you for more acronym letters. Fantastic.
Blah, blah. The global whatever, but it's the electric global platform from the Hyundai Genesis Kia group, and so all built on the same platform, but definitely very different driving dynamics. You know, I thought that the EV6 was a little bit tighter, and I thought that it was, you know, a little bit more sporty, and it was, I don't know, it just more luxurious, more, and I to be clear, I like the way the Hyundai IONIQ looks. It is very retro, and fun fact, this could be true or not true. I didn't look it up before I say this, so comment below. You can look it up and you can tell me I'm wrong if I'm wrong. But somebody had commented on one of my videos because they're like, why don't you have the Hyundai logo on the steering wheel? Instead, it's like 4 dots. Well, first off, it fits in with the pixelated theme of the, you know, all of the little dots on the exterior of the design, and you can see, you know, the pixel theme here on the seats, and they have it, you know, here on the doors. It's everywhere. But somebody told me that 4 dots is an H in Morse code. So I don't know if that's true, but it's stuck in my head because I'm like, oh, dang, that's actually clever if that's true.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it fits with the theme, and then, you know, it's kind of a little bit of an Easter egg there. So I'll have to Google it after this, and, you know, maybe we can edit in and say, yes, that's true, or no, it's not. But yeah, so I like this. And, but I have to say I definitely like one more than the other as we're coming back to our starting point.
Yeah, so let's wrap this up. So we talked about the Kia EV6, we talked about the Genesis GV, I missed a turn. We talked about the Genesis, we talked about we're in the Hyundai IONIQ. I kind of shared my feelings. I mean, this IONIQ's not a bad vehicle. This is not a bad vehicle at all. I can see people buying it. It's just, it's not really my cup of tea.
Okay.
So what is your cup of tea?
Yeah, my cup of tea is definitely the Genesis GV60.
It is really good.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I drove it back, and the Genesis PR guy comes up to the window and he's like, "What'd you think?" And I'm like, I was hugging the steering wheel. I was like, I don't want to let this one go. I like this vehicle.
Yeah, I think for me, as an EV curious person, I think that the Genesis nails it because it looks good, for my opinion, my taste. It's got the luxury features that I would want from Genesis. It's got the fun little boost mode, which is fun. You know, you're gonna use up a lot more battery, but who cares? If you have, if you're not driving long distance, you drive around town. Boost mode's fun. I just felt like overall, I just loved the layout much better. And you know, I was asking about price, so basically it's 70 grand for the high trim level. That's no options. It's all options included. And he asked me, he said, well, do you think that's a high price? And I'm like, yeah, excuse me, differently. I don't think that's as high a price as I thought it was going to be if I were to compare it with a BMW. I should say more clearly.
Yep.
I thought it was fine. I mean, is it high? Yeah, 70 grand is high for a car. All right, fine. But if you're looking about that versus the BMW Mercedes-Benz, it's not really that high. And I look at these EVs, I think to myself, like, what would a gas SUV cost? Then I add basically 15,000, 20,000. That's kind of where the starting price of many EVs are. That's kind of what you're looking at. So I would think that one seems like it hits all the marks. You got performance, you got style, you got luxury.
You've got buttons.
And you got buttons.
Because you have a couple buttons, but a lot of stuff is hidden behind the screen here. Right.
I think that the execution is much better. And I think that, I think overall, you know, yes, there's a caveat with that one, 240 miles range, whatever. But, you know, I was talking to him about it a little bit, and I was like, you know, we're going to be a two-car household family anyways. My wife would have the EV, and then I would have a gas truck as well until the infrastructure gets built, all that kind of stuff happens. But I think that would be one I would actually seriously consider buying.
Interesting. So we both like the GV60. So I would put it out to you guys. You've seen all three now at very different styling, interior and exterior. You know, the GV60 has more of a sporty feel to it. All three have really good range. I think they all have the option to have about 300 miles of range. I think with the all-wheel drive, the standard range is around 250.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a decent amount of range. So, I mean, all things like that being equal, charging from, you know, 10% to 80% in 18 minutes with the ultra-fast chargers, what would you buy? What do you like? What's your favorite of the Genesis Kia Hyundai trio? Yeah, that's what I want to know.
The triplets.
The triplets.
Yeah, there you go.
They're fraternal twiplets.
And with that, we're done. It's been a long day of filming. This is like video number 6 or something.
I need to squeeze out my hair.
We're gonna head back. So anyways, put comments down below. Website over here. More videos as well. We will see you down the road.